Hi, my name's Caleb Wick, and I am going to be telling you about the wiki that I created for my 6th grade reading class. We read the novel Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963, and I was first introduced to this story while in college at Kansas State, and I really enjoyed reading this book. Really enjoyed the characters in it. Also, really enjoyed how they talked about segregation and how African Americans were treated in the 1960s. Now, in my wiki, this is going to be a process with my wiki. I wrote down some of the main characters: Kenny, Byron, Joey, and Daniel. Now, the students will also be adding to the main characters and also create a minor characters section as well while reading this story. So they're going to be adding to my wiki during the story. Now, I also created a summary for it. Now, also, my students will be creating a summary at the end. This is just a example on what your summary might look like. Theirs is not going to be exactly like mine, and they're going to create theirs at the end of the story. Now, this is a link that I put in to my wiki. I'll click on that for you. Now, in this summary, this just allows the students to get another idea on somebody else's summary. Here's a little bit of a summary, and you can click down here to see more of it for you. That's one link that I put in, and I'll show you how to do that later on in my wiki. Again, I also posted questions for my kids or predictions on what's going to happen every chapter, what's going to happen differently in the. Some of those questions might be, how does Kenny almost die in Alabama? Will Grandma help straighten Byron up? And also, why does the family call the car the Brown Bomber? Those are just things that we are going to discuss during the course of the story. Now, I love to predict. I'm going to predict before every chapter on what do you think is going to happen. I really think that gets the kids encouraged about reading, and I really think it gets them geared up for reading, makes them more excited about it. Now, before I even start reading this story, I embedded a clip from YouTube, and I'm going to allow the kids to watch this before the beginning of the story. And I'll also show you how to embed YouTube videos after we get done talking about my wiki. The second page is talking about African Americans and how they were treated during the 1960s and during the story. During the course of this book, we're going to talk about segregation, we're going to talk about discrimination, also isolation, how they're isolated from others, and seclusion. Now here is another link that is on my wiki. This link is more pictures about segregation. Now I'll show my students this. We'll talk about what scene that they're at. Of course, they're in Nashville. And just, what do they think of these pictures? We can do a great conversation just by looking at these pictures. Now, who are these people? I know it tells you Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks. And a project that we're going to be doing at the end of this is we're going to be making cereal boxes. And they're going to have to pick a historical black figure, and they're going to make almost like a biography of them. And they're going to name their cereal, and it's going to be great. I'm very excited about that. Now, also, after looking at those after looking at those pictures, they're going to be answering these questions. When looking at the pictures above, how does it make you feel? What do you think about segregation? Do you feel that segregation is still taking place today? And also, how would you try to stop segregation? Or how would you try and stop segregation? And I embedded another YouTube video Oops. I embedded another YouTube video just about what segregation looks like and how it was during the 1960s. Now the last page of my wiki is dealing with the story and dealing with characters. Now, during this story, we're going to be talking about protagonist, antagonist, setting, conflict, resolution, theme, and point of view. Now, we're going to be answering these questions right here after every chapter. Now, as you can see down here, it says in the story, and it should say in every chapter. Now, I will teach you how to edit that coming right up. Also, I've put some downloadable pages right here that the kids will be able to download and use while reading this story. First is a story map. Now, this story map is great. They can write down the main characters. You can even put another one coming off here about minor characters, the setting, supporting characters, problem solution, title, author. It's going to work great, and the kids will love it. I've used it in the past before in other novels. Also, we're going to be using a Word document about drawing illustrations on the setting. Now click on that. Let it open right quick. I think the kids are really going to have fun with this. Really have fun with this. We'll probably do this after every chapter because the setting's going to change after every chapter or during every chapter. Now this just lets those kids use their imagination more of the picture they're playing in their head, working on the visualization, which in turn helps with their comprehension of the story. So I'm really looking forward to using that as well. Now going back to my home page, I'll tell you a little bit on how to edit your wiki. Now up here, you are able to click and show your wiki controls, or you can hide them. Now if you simply want to add a page to your wiki, you click on the plus sign right here where it says Pages and Files, and you'll put the page name, and then you can put Create. Or you can upload files, upload new templates, template being the background of your wiki. And then you'll just hit Create. Also, like I said, I'll go back to my third page where we're at. And like I said, down right here, it says in the story. And it's supposed to say in every chapter. So to edit that, I'll click Edit. And I'll go right down to there. In every chapter. So I'll just highlight it. And I'll just write it in. Simple as that. Simple as that. Go right back up to the top. See where it says right in here, it says preview, cancel, or save. I want to save that. I want to save that change. So it says saved at 11:18. Now going back to my home page, I will show you how I embedded this YouTube video, or how you embed YouTube videos. Again, click on Edit. And you will click on Widget, Video, and you'll click on YouTube. Now it says you need to embed this video. Now for those of you who are not familiar with embedding videos from YouTube, you simply click on your YouTube video. Now this is just an example. This isn't one I used in my story. And down here, I have share video. This is the URL to your video. That's not what you want to use. You want to click on embedded. Now this is the embedded code right here. You will click and you will copy this. You'll go back and you will click down here and you can paste it down here, then you can either preview it and then save it. If you save it, your video should pop up and be on your wiki, like mine is right down here. Also, to put a link in there, you'll click on link, and you can easily web address, get the web address that you're wanting to use, and add it right here, or sorry, right down here, and then you'll just add link, and it should pop in just like this one did, right down here. With pictures, with videos, with putting links in, all that is located right here. Everything is located right here. For file, that's about images. Now I already have some stuff up here that I put on here. This is for social studies, so we don't have to worry about that. But, you know, I usually do it to a desktop, and then I'll upload a file, and the file will come up, and you can just add it to your wiki. Now, I hope during the course of this, you were able to somewhat get an idea of what I'm going to use my wiki for. And also, I hope I helped you in getting the first steps to creating your own wiki. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.